top rope missile drop kick. Nia's down. Meechan's got a pinner submitter, though.
Welcome, wrestling warriors. You're tuned into Wrestle Watch Central, your daily dose of WWE. Hit that bell, and let's get started. What happened during Naomi's match with Nia Jax wasn't the shocking scandal some fans painted it to be. It was a difficult moment that opened everyone's eyes to how unpredictable live performance can be. Behind the bright lights, split-second timing, and athletic precision of wrestling, there's an entire layer of challenges the audience rarely sees. When Naomi experienced a wardrobe malfunction mid-match, the moment spread across the internet far faster than anyone backstage expected, and suddenly, an ordinary production hiccup became a conversation about safety, preparation, and the pressure placed on performers during live TV events. A night that started like any other, Naomi went into that match carrying momentum, confidence, and the support of a fan base that has followed her evolution for years. She had recently been stepping back into a rhythm with audiences, delivering athletic performances that reminded viewers why she's one of the industry's most naturally gifted talents. The match with Nia Jax was supposed to be another opportunity to show that. Nothing more, nothing less. But as the show approached, minor production adjustments reportedly led to last-minute changes in gear and timing, the kind of logistical shuffle that isn't uncommon in live entertainment. Situations like this aren't malicious. They're the result of tight schedules, costume constraints, and the constant need to adapt. When things started to go wrong, from the moment the bell rang, something felt off. Even casual fans noticed Naomi adjusting her gear more than usual. It happens sometimes in wrestling. Gear can shift with movement, lighting can heat certain fabrics, and physical contact can cause things to slip out of place. Unfortunately, this time, the adjustments couldn't fully keep up with the demands of the match. Mid-performance, a wardrobe malfunction began to unfold. It wasn't scandalous, intentional, or the fault of any individual. It was a human moment in an environment where perfection is expected every second. Nia Jax's role and a rare show of professional solidarity. One overlooked element of that night is how Nia Jax responded in real time. Footage shows her repeatedly checking on Naomi, adjusting spacing, slowing movements, and subtly angling herself to provide as much cover as possible. In wrestling, cooperation is essential, and Nia demonstrated that her priority was her colleagues' comfort and safety, even as she continued performing for a live global audience. It's easy for outsiders to say someone should have done more, but wrestlers operate under enormous pressure. They must protect one another, protect the story being told, and stay within the framework of a match that is live, timed, and directed. Both women handled an uncomfortable moment with professionalism that deserves more appreciation than criticism. The viral footage and the public reaction. A fan's phone video eventually brought attention to angles the broadcast didn't show, and as the clip spread online, so did speculation. But instead of fueling rumors, many viewers showed empathy, admiring Naomi's composure, athletic focus, and ability to keep performing despite the stress of a wardrobe malfunction on live TV. Social media conversations quickly shifted away from sensationalism and toward genuine concern for performer well-being. Fans weren't angry at Naomi. They were upset that such moments are even possible in a high-pressure environment where athletes already juggle physical risk and mental demands. The public reaction made something clear. Wrestling fans do care about the people behind the characters. Behind the scenes, after the match backstage, the conversation reportedly centered on how to prevent similar incidents and how to support the performers involved. Wardrobe malfunctions aren't unique to wrestling. They happen in music, dance, theater, and sports. But every industry evolves by acknowledging what went wrong and improving safety and preparation. Situations like this prompt discussions about fabrics, fittings, structural support, and how last-minute changes can affect gear stability. Performers deserve equipment that's tested and secure, especially in a high-impact environment like wrestling, and moments like these push production teams to refine those standards. Why wardrobe design? In wrestling is so complex, most fans don't realize how technical wrestling gear is. It must stretch, withstand constant motion, remain durable, fit securely, complement character design, and stay comfortable during physical exertion under hot lighting. Gear is tested, but even with testing, unpredictable things can still happen, especially during live TV, where there's no chance to pause or adjust. Designers, seamstresses, and wardrobe crews work extremely hard, yet they're still dealing with movable bodies, fabric tension, sweat, and non-stop action. Naomi's incident wasn't evidence of sabotage or mistreatment. It was evidence of how demanding this profession is and how many moving parts exist behind every match. The industry-wide conversation. It started. If there's a positive outcome from this situation, it's the broader conversation it sparked across the wrestling world. Promoters, costume teams, and performers began discussing improved gear testing, backup options, and enhanced backstage coordination. Many wrestling companies used the moment as motivation to double-check their own policies, ensuring that their talent always feels protected and supported. Naomi's professionalism ended up setting an example, not just for fans, but for the entire industry. Instead of sensationalizing the moment, the wrestling community became more aware of how important performer safety, comfort, and trust truly are. The emotional impact on Naomi. No matter how strong or experienced a performer is, moments like this can be emotionally draining. Naomi handled everything with grace, continuing the match and staying composed even when she could have easily panicked. The fact that she pushed through, protecting her dignity, completing the performance, and supporting her opponent speaks volumes about her work ethic. Fans rallied behind her, sending messages of support, appreciation, and admiration for the way she handled a situation that would rattle anyone. Far from hurting her career, the incident reminded people of her poise and resilience. The path forward for women's wrestling. Women's wrestling has come a long way, and moments like this highlight why continued progress matters. It's not enough to celebrate female performers on screen. Companies must continue improving behind the scenes, ensuring they have the same safety measures, the same resources, and the same respect as any top-tier athlete. Naomi's experience didn't expose a scandal. It exposed the need for constant improvement. Wrestling is unpredictable. Live TV is unforgiving. But with every challenge comes an opportunity to make the environment better for everyone who steps through the ropes. Why this story still matters. People care about this incident not because of the mishap itself, but because it humanizes a performer who has given years of athletic excellence and entertainment. Naomi deserved empathy, support, and understanding. And, thankfully, that's exactly what the majority of fans gave her. Instead of pointing fingers, the conversation moved towards solutions, compassion, and the shared hope that performers always feel safe and respected when they perform. The best thing the wrestling world can do now is learn from the moment and keep building an environment where talent feels protected physically, emotionally, and professionally. The takeaway. What happened that night wasn't a scandal. It was a reminder that performers are human, live television is unpredictable, and compassion matters. Naomi carried herself with dignity, Nia Jax acted as a supportive colleague, and fans responded with understanding rather than cruelty. That's what should be remembered. And as the industry continues improving its safety standards, fitting processes, and backstage support systems, moments like this will become even more rare. In the end, Naomi turned a difficult situation into a powerful example of resilience. And that's the story worth telling.